Ooh, what is in my bag? I have my 2 looks. I have my wallet. I have my pocket knife. I have my heels. I have very, very, very inexpensive, very fragile heels. I think that's it. Oh yeah, and a couple blunts. I mean, that's it. That's basically the Heather Hills essential.
I don't want to make it in the music industry if it means that I gotta turn around and notice that I'm the only trans person in the room. That's why I started Trans Trenderz. We're a record label for black trans artists which aims to elevate the voices of our community into the mainstream. And recently we started partnering with a recording studio operated by Joel Hamilton, Studio G Brooklyn, in order to help our artists develop their first single with the best resources available. The second artist to go record at Studio G Brooklyn was Heather Hills. And her energy just really marked me. You know, there's something about Heather that is just so contagious. So I hope y'all are ready, cause it's a takeover.
I am here and I'm not going anywhere. Before I had recorded with Trans Trenderz, I'd been recording with a studio called 27 Sounds. It was wonderful because they were the first real studio to really sit and be like, we hear you, but it was basically kind of from a different world, essentially. It was me bringing my style and my world to them, and they were beautifully accepting, and I'm forever grateful. But when I brought what I bring to Trans Trenderz, there was just the level of understanding that was already there, obviously. And it made the recording of the song so much smoother. Everything just feels much more natural. I'm here because to do my fucking thing, and that I will be doing. I'm very excited. As you can see, I look cute because always. I had heard about Trans Trenderz through the producer that actually produced for T-Girls. Now, I was nobody at the time. T-Girls wasn't even out. You know what I mean? So me making contact didn't really hit or stick. I think it started with King asking me to perform with them at Take Back Pride. And that was the first time that I was like, oh, hey, been known about you guys. Been trying to contact you guys, but that's okay. Like, that's totally fine. And I did a performance for them after in Brooklyn. And I think that's when it really stuck. That's when King was like, oh, okay, eyes on you. And then eventually they came to me with a contract and I was like, okay. Been waiting for that.
The rhythm that's in the hook, like the snare rhythm and the second part of the hook.
Yeah.
It's like a West African rhythm. Do you think you could do like the percussions in that rhythm?
Yeah, I'll listen to it and program it, yeah.
Is that the like da 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 kind of? Yeah, Afro trap rhythm, that's
Cool.
it,
Alright,
yeah.
word.
I just served the nerve, get down, let me get done.
I feel like it's gonna hit the States soon, you know? That type of music.
I had this group of friends and one of the random creative things that they had picked up was rapping, and they tried to get me to do it for a while, but I was so embarrassed. I was like, no, I wouldn't be able to do that. I can't do that. And then one day, one of them got me alone and we had just smoked and they were like, just try it. Just write something down, just try it. And I did. And it was terrible, but I wish I could explain how good it felt. You know what I mean? I just kind of felt at home doing that.
We get down, then we get done. We sit in high class, then we pumping that gas. All puffs, no pass, haters don't get one, no they don't want none. No, they don't want none. Get done, oh girl, I just served. Beat the nerve, get down, then we get done.
I started to recite these raps back to myself and to other people, and people kept being like, you could do this. Like, you could do this. And for a while, I denied it. And I sat down one day and I realized that instead of all of the raps that I'd been writing over other people's beats, that I had an arsenal of songs that were original and were so different from what you would hear on the radio around that time. So what was this, like 2013, 2014? Like, it was trap heavy. And everything of mine was just so like clunky and rinky-dink and prissy, and I was like, this is perfect, nobody's heard this is perfect. I just had to have a project that represented who I am as an artist. So people would eventually come along and be like, I know who you are as an artist and I fuck with you, come here, which is essentially what is happening.
Taking another 732 flow, so East Coast girl, they about to beat who? That jersey that you getting into, long weave on the beach by the sea, that too, that woo, yes, that, ooh, hoo.
So T-Girl started out with 2 songs, Aliens and Where I'm From. They were 2 little rinky-dink beats that were just different. I don't know, maybe I was just being young and cocky, but I was just like, I don't know what the world would be if they did not get a chance to hear what's sitting right here. You know what I mean? And once I built on top of it, it became T-Girls. And I spent so long perfecting the lyrics to get done. There were probably 3 or 4 notebooks scattered around in my room where I just kept going back and being like, no, I'm not doing this, I'm doing this. No, I'm not doing this, I'm doing this. And I was just on my phone and I was just typing and typing and typing and typing. I was drunk and everything. Woke up the next morning, recited it to myself, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, that's it, that's the girl. That's when I finally started to understand what everybody meant when they were like, you can do this, like you could actually do this. Everybody was such a big fan of Get Done. Everywhere I performed, everybody wanted me to perform that one particular song. Like if I tried to get off stage without performing it, like people were like, sis, like that's the one. And I didn't 100% believe it quite yet until King ended up reworking the beat and I ended up re-recording it with Studio G. And then once I heard that demo back, I was like, oh, it is that girl. Like it really, really is that girl. I heard myself be me, and that just elevated the song 10 times more. Like music pushes things forward, and it's important to me to be one of those people that pushes things forward, to be one of those people that a child can find solace in when they really don't have much else.
We get down, then we get done. We set a high class, steady popping that gas. All puffs don't pass, haters don't get one. No, they don't want none.